How do you do? And welcome to Celeritas. It's Friday night. It's time for Division 2's next race. Tonight we're racing in Great Britain at the famous Silverstone track. We're looking forward to getting going. Apologies for the slight delay in the start of the stream tonight. Just collecting all our drivers and didn't want to waste everybody's time. But joining me on commentary, as is the normal state of affairs on a Friday night, is our server owner Storm. Storm, welcome.
Hello everybody, thank you. Really excited for tonight's race.
Should be a good one. Tonight we've got 4 stand-in drivers. So I believe that is Dudsy making a return with us for a guest appearance. We've got Senna, I think Jamie and SFX with us tonight. They've all appeared in previous races with us. Storm, any standouts for you? Anything you're looking forward to in particular?
For those new drivers, you mean?
Yeah.
Or yeah, we haven't seen Dotsie in a while, so I didn't know what his pace was like before. But Jamie told us that he was really fast, so I'm expecting a podium from him.
Sure.
From what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. If points were handed out for confidence, I think Jamie would be on the top of the standings at the moment.
Definitely.
So let's see if it's justified tonight. Hi to people joining us in the chat. We've got 5 people in the YouTube stream already. We are getting going very shortly. Looks like Ivan's just logged on. And state of the championship at the moment, Bacon is the leader of the championship with 2 wins, and followed very closely behind by Dittle, who also has 2 wins. So it's been back and forth between those two recently, and it's pretty close with their respective teams at the top, Red Bull at the top, and McLaren on second place. But we will be looking on the other end of the grid for... have we lost Sweaty from the league now, Storm? Am I right?
No,
or we just lost him tonight?
Yeah, we just lost him for tonight.
Ah, okay. It looks like we're getting the countdown going to get started, so we'll get on track very shortly. To everybody, hi to those in the chat. I think Lightning's with us, so he's watching on for some research for tomorrow's Storm.
I'm not giving away my strategy.
Okay, challenges await in Silverstone. It's very fast circuit. What's the degradation like on the tyres, Storm?
Tire wear is very low.
Very low.
So you can easily... I'm not expecting to see hards, but I'm saying that every week. And there's always someone who's going out on the hard, so you never know. Maybe with an early safety car, someone decides to go for the hards and then just make it to the end.
Right.
But we're mostly going to see medium soft or soft medium strategy.
Okay, good stuff. And in terms of length of the race, what's it in the early 30s of lap numbers we'll see tonight?
Yeah, I think it's 29 laps, but I'm not completely sure.
Okay. Looking overcast slightly. Let us know in the chat if you've logged on. We'll stick to Paddock for Division 2 on Discord and the YouTube channel, but it'd be good to know what's going to happen on the weather front. As we often say, we don't get to find that out until someone tells us, which is kind of frustrating.
Yeah, it is. In the new game, they should make an option where also the spectators can see the weather
Definitely.
for the race. Quali.
I think spectators should be able to manipulate the weather. I think as well. Hi to Willie and to Pricey joins us in the chat. Why is Pricey wishing, I think, 19 of our drivers good luck at least. So that's that's interesting. Looks like Zonic's on track with Dudsy already. Now, you mentioned before about Dudsy and hasn't been with us a while. He did send me a picture on the Discord to suggest perhaps a reason why his driving might not go well tonight. He's sporting a very significant knee brace on his accelerator foot. So
Yeah,
whether he's broken it or had surgery or it's a severe sprain or something, he's definitely driving in pain tonight.
Well, hopefully you get a good result. So that does make that does make
Absolutely.
it good.
Yeah. Well, a lot of drivers will tell you that when they're in the cockpit, the adrenaline takes over and they don't feel anything. I wonder if that's true.
Let's see who's coming across the line first. I think that's Carrera friend. Yeah, it is. Bruno's got the second. I'll send him an invite.
Okay, thanks for that. So let's get on board with Carrera fan and see how his lap begins. It's time to get a nice safe banker in. He's gone on the mediums. Slightly hesitant on the way out of one. Getting the car down to the apex nicely. Possibly a bit of short shifting on the way out where there's not a lot of grip. Taking a big bite out of the apex. And I think, did he invalidate on that point? I think he might have done.
Yeah, he did.
Let's have a look at Military Shadow then, just coming up behind him. He's managed to keep the car within track limits so far anyway. He's decided to go out on the softs and get a nice safe banker in first off. Looking good so far. I was looking at some of the time trials earlier and I think a 124, mid 124s would be a sort of personal best for most of our drivers.
It would be really nice if someone flew off a mid-24 in quali, because that is a fast time.
Right, a 25.2 for Military Shadow first off then. Zonic invalidated his lap. Let's have a look at Jamie, guest driving the Williams tonight. I can't remember what Jamie drives in Division 3, but he's invalidated, so nothing happening for him. Liakos in the Ferrari, car number 13, heading down to the very end of the lap here. Soft tyres, so going for it on his first lap. He gets a 25.5, currently our second time at the moment. So current standings, Military Shadow, Branch is one of the fastest time trial times in our division. It looks like an AlphaTauri has just gone off Storm and smashed one of the braking markers. But Branch has come in and put in a P2 time, 25.4. From Liakos, Fabio, Dittel, Max, Ash and Justin make out our successful first lap drivers. Looks like Dan Crowley's on a good lap. He's driving now permanently, I believe, in the Alfa Romeo.
Yes, he is.
Great stuff.
Get the full-time seat.
And he's going to get a 26.3, so not huge, but a safe banker, hopefully. It looks like Jamie's going round for a second trip. Yes, he is. So we're coming to close the lap off. And a 26.1 for Jamie, P10, beating his Irish countryman Dan by 0.2 so far.
We have NC Gaming telling in the Discord chat that he had dinner again and he will be retiring from this league because the time doesn't suit him.
Okay.
So we are not going to see him racing this division anymore. Maybe as a reserve, you never know. But not as a full-time driver.
Okay. Maybe he could, you know, take part in some of our exhibition races because he's got a lot of speed, and we often run the exhibition races at different times. SFX just pops in the Mercedes and gets a 125.6. It's very tight there in the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th positions at the moment. But Military Shadow remains on pole. It looks like Fabio's put in a nice time as well, Storm. It's very cool.
Yeah, 125, that's really fast.
Let's have a look at our current championship leader. Bacon is just about to head out the pit, so we'll try and catch up with him in just over a minute's time. Sozenpat has invalidated this lap. You really want to make a nice clean lap to start with, Storm, just to get the confidence and something to build on.
Yeah, a good banker lap always helps, just so you can get the delta top of your right corner to see if you're improving or not.
Absolutely. Just riding with Dudsey, he looks very hesitant at the start of the lap. I don't know if he's bringing these tyres in really gently or he's not going for a full-on fastest lap. I don't know if you can quite tell. He's got a strange gear selection technique.
Which is what are you talking about?
I'm looking with Dudsey at the moment in the Renault.
Yeah, it's all fine by me, but I think he's on his inlet. I'm not sure because... Oh wait, he did open his ERS right now. Well,
Right.
I'm not sure, we will see.
It's a strange lap. I think he's going through to complete it, but his short shifts are incredibly short, picking up the throttle out of the corners in a 127.2. He goes 14th. Let's follow along with Bacon, Storm. I'm interested to see how his first lap goes. Typically not the most lightning quick qualifier, Bacon, but certainly Mr. Consistency when it comes to race results.
Yeah, definitely. But he is trying to qualify on the medium tire, so he is confident that he can get himself high up the field in qualifying. Maybe this is a good track for him. We'll see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hello to Porchy, who can't join apparently because the lobby's full. Porchy joined us on the YouTube chat, and to David as well, who's joined us.
Porchy overslept and missed the countdown, so the reserve driver took his seat.
Yeah. Quite literally, you snooze, you lose. I'm afraid, Porchy, today.
Bacon did just set a lap from 126.2, he's in 12.
Yeah.
So a bit off the pace.
But Dittle's come in and managed to get a second place as well in the McLaren. So he's got a nice banker to build on there. Very nice for him in the championship to get at the top half of the grid.
Zonda Gamer is going purple in sector 2. I'm not sure if that's right. The game is a bit inconsistent with the purple sectors.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's often relative to your own time.
Yeah.
The purple. I'm just looking at Branch because he's just set a PB in the middle part of the circuit, so he could end up gaining a few places here. Like I say, he's one of the fastest time trial drivers. And yeah, there we go, pole. Pole with a 24.9. You were hoping to see a 24, Storm.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. we'll go back to Zonic now that Branch has crossed that line. He looks to be possibly on an in-lap at this point. Ash, just looking at Ash, who it's very usual for him to see him catching that inside unloaded front tyre lock up on the way in to a corner. He likes his setup nice and stiff, I think.
I like it that he's using that he's driving validation.
He did.
I like the fact that he is driving without ABS, because you don't see that a lot in Division 2. Almost
Right.
everybody is using ABS.
Yeah, I do like to see drivers without lots of assists on.
Yeah, me as well. It is hard though to master.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But it can gain you a lot of time if you do master it.
So, who's on a hot lap right now? A reminder: the top three: Branch, Military Shadow, and Dittle. I saw a Ferrari pointing off the circuit. Just a couple of mentions on the chat there, Storm, that your voice is coming through quite quietly again.
Let's see what I can do.
Seems kind of normal to me, but apparently on the stream it's a little quiet. So just following along with Jamie in the Williams here. That bright purple helmet. I think he's building to the start of his lap. Perhaps, Storm, you can take us on board with Jamie and give us a guide to the lap.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix my voice.
No problem.
I'll go on with a lap later on in the session.
No problem. See where Jamie comes in sector 1. Doesn't appear to be anything much wrong with the lap so far to me. Sector 1, yeah, just slightly down on his own time. So hasn't taken too much out of the tyres, and will hopefully be able to lean on them on the next 2 sectors.
Yeah, I think my it's better now.
Might well be. We'll check in with the chat and see. It does seem a touch louder to me. Jamie heading towards Maggots and into Beckett's. Quite a distance from the apex there at the final part of Beckett's.
Pricey is saying, can you show the tires on the stream, so he wants to see
no
what tire everybody is on. Jamie crosses the line, makes no improvement, had his time within a tenth, so he may be reaching the kind of comfortable maximum. SFX has gone in and put in a second place time for us, so that's again breaking up the top order. Looks like Carrera fans knocked his front wing off on track, so with 3.5 minutes to go, there's enough time to get back out and start again. Dudsy's on a good time, looks like. Comfortably under his top time so far. This time I think he's gone out on the softs. So Military Shadow come pole with a 124.8.
Fantastic stuff from Military Shadow in the Alfa Romeo.
Let's see if Branchbench can respond to it in his final chance.
Yeah, Dudsy went faster than he's gone before, but it didn't improve his time. So try and follow along with Branch on his next attempt. He's only halfway around the lap at the moment, so I'm just see if anyone else is coming in to set a time.
Loads of invalidations.
Yeah.
Limits are hard. Especially in the corner after the hanger straight. You can easily go a bit wide and then invalidate.
Absolutely. Here we go then. Storm Branch is about to start his... No, he's not. He's coming through Beckett's.
Yeah.
We'll follow him along and join him on board as he crosses the line to start his what could be his final attempt, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely... Well, maybe... There's 2 minutes left in qualifying, so maybe if he's going for a back-to-back lap, but we'll see.
Indeed.
Yeah, the last one early on the throttle, trying to get a good exit as possible. He needs to improve his time by 2 tenths.
Yeah.
Flat out in turn 1, with sector 1, hard braking zone, trying to get his minimum speed, keep it as high as possible. To second gear, short shifting up to 4. Opening his DRS, it looks like a good sector 1.
Nice.
It's purple. He is 1.5 tenths up on his time, so that's good for him. It's promising.
Absolutely. This looks like it could be good for pole at the moment. There's a car up ahead of him.
Yeah, 3 cars up ahead of him, so that can cause a bit of a problem. Need to make it some baggage. So, shifting down to 7, to 6. He is 4 tenths up at this time.
Oh, this is fantastic.
This can be a mid 24.
It's really hooked up here. Yeah, he gets out of the way.
The rear fan in front. Can cross for a little bit of break here, but I think we have a pole time right here. And we have 124.6. Great lap from Branch.
Brilliant from Branch. So Branch takes pole at the moment. So a great shot from him. Looks like Cohen is about to cross the line now. No, he's on the back. Start finish straight, the old one. So he's doing his lap. Took a big bite out of Cop's corner there, but he's managed to avoid invalidating. Continues. 8th gear, drops to 7th. Little lick of dirt on the way out of Beckett's, but that might have just helped him bring the car in.
He's 8 seconds down this time.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at SFX, who's on the hangar straight as well. He's just set a purple, yeah. So let's see what he's got at the end of this. I didn't see what his second sector delta was, but we'll find out as he crosses the line if he can jump up from 5th. Just 1 place to P4. So P4 for SFX. Good drive so far. Looks like nearly all our drivers have finished. Storm.
S-Tube is 6 tenths up on his time. So
fantastic.
Maybe to P5 or P4.
There goes that inside wheel lock up again. P6 for S-Tube on a 125.2. But the top drivers are driving quite significantly faster than everybody else. So, yeah. But our championship leaders at the moment, we've got Bacon in 12th, it looks like, and Ditto in 7th. So interesting to see our championship leaders not starting near the front.
The midfield is very close to each other. Yeah, indeed, Ditto in 7th, Bacon in 12th. But Bacon will definitely start on the medium tire and go for the alternative strategy.
Yeah, that's a strong chance for sure. Absolutely. I think the grid's set, and there's a Red Bull with its wheel missing. Bacon looks like he took a wheel off under the bridge, possibly. And Jamie says in the chat that he ran out of fuel. So here's our grid storm.
Yeah, we have Branch in first place with a 124.6. Very good lap from him. We have a few more drivers in the 24s. That's CH55 Max, Military Shadow, VSFX, and with a 125 dead, it's Cohen. S-Tube right behind him. I feel like they are always behind each other, Cohen and S-Tube. Ditto Lick is 7th, Fabio in 8th, Crowley 9, Sonic Gamer in 10th, Liakos 11th, Bacon in the Red Bull in 12th, Senna in 13, Carrera Fan 14, Justin 15, Dutzy 16, Jamie 17, and then I lost it. I think it was Sozon Pot in 18.
Yes, I think
And
Bruno brings up the rear today,
yeah, Bruno 20
but
start
we've got
at
20 drivers
8.
setting competitive times, so that's a good start. Oh, it looks like a very clear day in Silverstone. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting any problematic weather today.
Oh, that's special for the UK.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Please tell me in the chat if you can all can hear me right now. If it's a bit better, I turn my volume up.
Excellent. So,
All good, it's just bacon, so it's fine.
excellent. Yeah, we get a little bit of chat from the drivers on stream. It always I'm always quite surprised that people are able to concentrate on the race while listening to commentary
Yeah.
at the same time.
I was watching a clip from I think it was Bacon, I think from an earlier league race, and I could hear myself on the stream in the background. So he was watching the stream or listening to the stream while he was driving. So that's quite impressive. I'm
Absolutely.
not doing that if I'm racing.
Yeah,
He will put
definitely.
the pressure on it.
Yeah, I don't think I could listen to other people chatting for sure. Got a little bit of a hold up here, Storm, on the game.
Yeah, they're saying in the Discord that the lobby is glitched, I think, says Military Shadow. Hopefully it's not.
Well, interestingly, tomorrow night I will have our pole sitter from tonight as co-commentary. So I'll have our cowboy from Texas, Branch Manch, will be joining me in co-coms. Be really interesting to see his commentary alongside some of the qualifying attempts tomorrow, and see if he can critique them from an expert's position.
Yeah.
I think we're just waiting on some click-throughs, maybe.
Yeah,
Liakos,
it's,
Carrera, Max. Those are the ones that look
yeah.
look problematic for me. Okay, we're gonna see if we can uh, get our race underway shortly. But those three drivers still circling.
Carrera fans message me. It's still loading. It's glitched. Yeah, he's on the loading screen. There's nothing they could do. Let's just wait for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Cohen is saying, please, if we leave, no rain. Yeah, of course, there will be the custom weather with the custom grid, so it will all be fine. Dry weather. You won't lose your spot, Cohen. Don't be scared.
But do remember the grid. That you, at least your position in case of any problems. Um,
Yeah, the grid is on the stream, so that will be all right.
might just be waiting
Only,
on
only
one
Carrera
driver.
fan. Yeah.
Yeah. Ivan seems to be saying. I think he's brought his glitch bad luck with him from two previous races. Have both done this.
I'm a Carrera
Um,
fan.
I'm not hearing from Carrera at the moment.
Yeah, he messaged me with no. F1 has been really glitchy tonight.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get going without the need to do a restart, because that's really frustrating when that happens, for the sake of everybody watching. We're
Yeah,
migrating the
yes.
host. Bacon's gone.
Oh, did Bacon left? I'll invite him back.
Jamie's
Or
gone.
is he setting up a new lobby? That's
I
also
think he
possible.
might be, new
Yeah,
lobby.
more and more people are leaving.
Okay, well, it might well be then that we lose the stream as a result. So I will, of course, restart the stream um, as soon as I can, as soon as I get into the new.
Do we lose the stream? I don't think
It
so,
does
right?
seem like that happens when I change session. Oh, hello. Something's just changed on my screen.
If you just go to a main menu and then accept the invite,
Yeah.
I've baked.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah.
The invite so you can.
Great. Let's see if this works. Oh, it looks like we've managed to retain the stream, I think. Yes, I believe so. Good stuff. Okay.
Loads of people join again, so
Well,
I'll make sure.
Dudsy's glad of the break in action. I won't go into why on the stream, but you can use your imagination. Uh, Comfort break for Dudsy. People begging to not have rain in the session.
Yeah, the weather will be set to clear. So Bacon, if you're listening, please do custom weather and set it to dry.
So I'm struggling to join the session at the moment.
I'll send you an invite.
Thank you.
Again. Let's see. There you go.
Have you managed to get in, Storm? Are you actually on the lobby?
I'm in the lobby, yeah. Are you in, or?
No, it's just saying failing. Bacon sent me another one, so I'll try and get in that way. There we go, we're in. Excellent. Okay. So thank you for the patience on the chat. Anyone familiar with F1 2020 will have run into this kind of problem a lot of times. So it's just one of those frustrations. I'm glad that we managed to retain the same stream link. Normally it has killed for me. So we'll just recollect our drivers and hopefully they'll all remember to put their setups on, start on the tyres, the top 10 to start on the soft tyres, and then of course the bottom half of the grid can choose their tyres.
Yeah, good that you mentioned that everybody needs to put their setup on, because I always forget after a new lobby. But that's maybe just me.
Well, I've certainly seen it. I've certainly seen this happen before, where many people, have the same problem. It throws you out of your rhythm, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Got someone on the chat here saying that we're echoing on our audio. Just confirm for us that that's still happening, please. We're echoing.
If that is,
Why are we echoing, Storm? Is that down to being in? Should we perhaps restart the party?
you're not echoing, so that's maybe just Lightning's
Okay.
issue. So, Lightning, just restart your stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thank you for all the support on the stream as well. That's really, really helpful. Um, yeah, good to see everybody tonight. We're looking forward to a good race. It just builds the tension, doesn't it, Storm?
Yeah, definitely. We're waiting for one more driver, and that is a McLaren. Dit al link. Who was the other McLaren? I can't quite remember.
I think it's Dan. Is it Dan Crowley who?
No, it's in the Alpha.
Ah, yes. Okay.
We had a reserve in the McLaren. Let's have a look. Who are we missing? I've not a clue.
No, I don't think it's a reserve driver. So
Like the full-time seat driver is MC Gamer, but
yeah. Okay. It wasn't on my pre-event list, so
I can just watch back the stream. It's Ivan.
ah yes, of course, yeah, yeah.
Ivan one.
It's possible he was forgotten on the invites. Jack, tell us on the stream, why do you think it's better to listen to us while racing? Do you think, are you gaining some intel on the shape of the race outside of your strategy or not?
That can also be a good one. So you can see the tire strategy of someone else and the ERS.
I distinctly remember commentating one of the first races we had. I think it was in Russia, and I complained on the stream that Shender was in the way of somebody going for pole, and he pulled aside on the track 7 seconds after I said it in real life. I'm certain he was listening.
Yeah, probably because the delay has the stream has a 7-second delay. So
yeah, absolutely.
Probably that's the case.
Right. So yes, it is about me revealing people's strategies. Apparently, it's helpful, but it's nothing that you wouldn't get from your team manager in real life, I guess.
We should add a third teammate to all the teams, just as a race engineer who can give information about all the other drivers and tire strategy and all.
But I think it should be true to life, so they should join our party and they can only communicate over public radio. I think it'd be really cool. Hi to Elton in the chat. Not seen you appear before, so nice to see you here with us. Got 14 watching along. I hope that picks up shortly because we're about to get racing. I'm sure we've got all of our drivers. Just be patient because it's quite a difficult job, isn't it, to create a custom grid and make sure all the settings are correct and everything, Storm.
Yeah, the custom grid is hard. Hopefully Bacon did put everybody in the right spot.
Yeah. I'm sure whoever notices they're in a worse spot will be the ones that will speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really excited to see what happens with Dittle and Bacon on their journey up the field.
Yeah, we're readying up again and we're going for another try. It will give a slight advantage to the top 10 because they will now start on fresh tires instead of the used qualifying tires. But as I said, the tire wear in Silverstone isn't high, so it wouldn't be a major advantage.
It's the same for everybody as well.
Crusader fan is in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only Branchman still loading in.
This is one of the tracks on the calendar that has a definite identifiable rhythm to it, isn't it, Storm? It's Do you tend to favour a higher downforce setup here to get yourself around those flat out corners?
Mm, no, I'm using a bit of a balance between top speed and downforce because you need a lot of top speed, lots of long straights, but also some fast corners where you need a lot of downforce. So it's a bit of
Hmm.
a mix between the two.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a good track for knowing where you are. Um, Everything's very recognisable. Obviously, people have been racing here and e-racing here for a very long time in many different games and iterations of the F1 license game. So people are very familiar with all the layout and curbs and everything.
Yeah,
One of the things
definitely.
we're starting to do now on the stream is to try and speak to our drivers as they retire. So we'll keep an eye on that and try and get hold of them. Um, but it's often just getting that balance between catching up with drivers who have left us and not missing track action. So yeah, bear with us while we learn our way around everything. Drivers getting going now, so I'm sure it's going to be worth the wait. Nice wide open track, perfect for overtaking, and a beautiful clear condition day. Everybody cleaning up those tyres. That little bit of haze on the track there under the bridge, it doesn't look very convincing from a graphics point of view. Um, and talking about not being convincing, there's the Amazon race strategy projection predicting that lots of people will use the hards, Storm, at the same time as they put
No,
their mediums on.
no, they won't. If they're smart, they won't. But actually, I think it's really hard to overtake on this track because I don't know. There are a few long straights,
Hmm.
but the corners right before the straights is just hard to get a good exit if you are
Yeah,
right behind someone else. Because after Maggots and Beckett's, you have the hanger straight, but if you are within that 4 or 5 tenths behind someone, you really have to deal with the dirty air. So
yeah.
you're losing quite a bit of time.
We've got not everybody on the bottom half of the grid opted for mediums. Quite a few have stuck on the softs here.
That's interesting to see.
Senna,
Maybe.
Carrera, Jamie and Sozenpat are all starting on the softs, so we'll try and keep that in mind as we see their launch off the start and initial warm-up phase, first half a lap or so.
Yeah, I think Jamie and Sozenpot just want to make up some positions right in the early stages of the race, and maybe go for an undercut
Yeah,
on the top guys, because the undercut on Silverstone is really powerful. The pit entry is very long, and it's a long track, so we are going to see some undercuts.
okay, well the drivers are almost fully formed. It looks like we didn't get any major disqualifications, so it could be a nice fair fight at the top here. I'm going to pick Branch today. I know it's easy from being on pole, but I'm going to pick him for my prediction for the win, Storm. Have you got one?
Yeah, I think he's got a big chance of winning the game in this race.
It's lights out and go at Silverstone. Round 6. Looks like slightly slower getaway for Branch from pole, and it's the Racing Point that got the best of the first corner. Branch tries to come back at him into the second corner, and it looks like no, the Alfa Romeo is even going to get up the inside of Branch. They're trying. Any major incidents you've seen? I've just seen
Yes.
one of the Ferraris at Liakos spearing off in the background. What have you seen, Storm?
Senna just spun. I think he lost his front wing. No, he doesn't have damage, but he did spun and he is in last.
So maybe did a Mazepin perhaps.
Yeah, he did. After 24 seconds.
Looks like, yeah, Lightning predicting that SFX is going to take this. We'll see. We'll see. 23 watchers on the chat. Branch struggling to get those tyres working for him relative to Max, who Max of course has got good speed and good pedigree. We're on a VSC.
Sonic Gamer.
Wow, Sonic Gamer straight away. I'm not seeing any damage. Well, no, he's completely disappeared, hasn't he? Senna's right down at the bottom, and his teammate has gone out as well. Okay. Wow, we've got a penalty for Liakos. I know I saw a Ferrari midfield spearing off in turn 4, so I guess that was down to him. Penalty at this stage is probably going to be contact.
Let's see how much the penalty is. It's a 5-second penalty, so yeah, I think that's contact.
Okay.
We also have Justin in the pits, he got front wing damage, so maybe he's going for the hard tire and make it to the end. We'll see.
Just trying to manage the virtual safety car here, riding with Dittle, who is kind of overlapping Fabio, touched Fabio under braking into Brooklands, kind of punted him off there, so be expecting a warning at least for that. We've got Will's fan club have joined the chat already, Storm, and are predicting for tomorrow's race, but as usual we're going to focus on the race that we're watching because there's plenty to see. Looks like Branch has got a really good restart here behind Max, getting a nice slipstream down the hanger straight. Will he take a move? No, he's going to tuck in behind Max into Stowe, and exactly as you were saying, Storm, he just can't get enough of a slipstream on the way down into Vale.
Yeah, that's true, but I think it's a bit glitched because there's a yellow flag in sector 1, 2 and 3 still. Yeah. But they are racing. Oh, it's gone now for me, so...
Oh, it's back again.
Yeah, oh,
bizarre. Now, Jamie's made up 9 places at the start, and So's and Pat has made up 8. So those soft tyre choices, we picked them out on the formation lap. Those are helping. Here comes Branch, trying to get at Max on into Brooklands, but no luck there. It looks like, I think Max defended quite fairly, just in time. We join Branch on board. Big lift off the throttle into Cops from Branch. Very wary of the dirty air through there.
Liakos just spun and he was 18.
Oh, not again. So a really difficult start for Liakos today. But we have just seen Senna getting a penalty. So I wonder if Liakos was helped into that spin. And Jamie's gone right down the field, Storm.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to him, but he's ghosting, but he's still in the midfield. It says that he's in 19th, but I think he's somewhere around 7th, I think.
Okay, so just a glitch.
There,
yeah,
I think so. He's ghosting.
So your top 3 are super close to one another. Max from Branch from Military Shadow. Just still riding on board with Branch in a horrible camera view. Let's see if that improves. It is going to improve a little bit here. Here comes Branch on the inside of Brooklands. He's got track position. Max didn't really defend. I wonder if he's trying to stay with him around the outside, but no joy. Branch takes the lead on lap 4. Nice clean move. Let's see what he's got in the tank and how far up the race and up the road he can get away from Max. He's definitely got some good speed at this part of the race at least. Maybe the cars behind him taking a more careful view of... And Branch loses it on the way into Maggots. He's just spun round just as I'm saying how good his pace is. Branch tumbling down the field, down into 6th now. Looks like he's going to have Fabio coming tight up behind him while he deals with those dirty tyres. Max retakes the lead. Branch was pushing really hard, really soon after taking the lead there.
A military shadow got front wing damage because he didn't expect it at all.
Wow.
He had a collision with Max.
Okay, so Max obviously saw what was happening to Branch and lifted. But of course, in that section of the track, you're not expecting to lift. So the concertina effect is really, really strong. Yeah, I think Military Shadow's struggling now.
Yeah.
Really struggling. He's lost the entire end plate on the right-hand side of that wing. So I wonder if we see him pit early, but he's got a lot of a lap left to run here. I think he tried to live with it for a few corners, and that of course made him pass the start-finish straight and the pit lane. SFX has caught really quickly up here to the front. One of the two cars is glitching around a little bit, so just need to be nice and careful. In the background, Cohen looks like he's about to take Ash. They're very, very close to one another. You can't get two cars wide into Maggots, but he got him around the outside. Cohen takes 4th. Meanwhile, up in the podium positions, Military Shadow's just picked up a penalty for track limits, probably down to the lack of grip that he's got at the moment. I don't know if SFX will know that he's dealing with a crippled car in front of him, but he's taking to the outside. Cuts back, looking for good drive, gonna mangle his own wing. Yeah, he's just run underneath Military Shadow and taken the place, but some connection issues there, Storm. It looked really clumsy.
Not sure what happened there. But
No.
He did lift the Alfa Romeo of Military Shadow.
Yeah, just helped him around the corner slightly. Ash and Cohen continue swapping places. Looks like Ash recovered that place. So.
Yeah, if you look at the two Red Bulls, they're doing really good. Bruno, of course, starting in P20, now in P11. Bacon.
I wonder why you noticed that, Storm.
I have no idea. You can tell me. But...
Storm always having one eye on his teammates across divisions.
No, Bruno was very unlucky in the past few races.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can get a good result now. He deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. Branch is on a recovery drive at the moment. I imagine he's not very happy after that mistake on lap 4. He can hunker down and try and improve the situation now. Let's just check on how the tyres are doing for everybody. Yeah, I think Bacon's credit to him because he's made up 2 spaces and he did of course start on those mediums, so hasn't lost out at the start, and he'll do well to just keep with the pace of the cars in front at the moment and then make an overcut work.
Yeah, overcut starting the mediums is a very good strategy around Silverstone, because the softs at the end of the race with low fuel in the car is really fast.
It's really, really tight in the middle of the top 10 here. So tight, in fact, it looks like Cohen is pulling off to one side just to break the... Sorry, it was Ash pulling off to one side to break the toe. Just check in with Cohen because he's very, very close again. What can he do to stay with Ash? Through Stowe. Cars running wide. Fabio running wide through Stowe. Through Cop, sorry. Yeah, Cohen really likes that line into Maggots. Cuts back through Cops. Stays on the outside and manages to sweep past Ash there on into Maggots. So really, really great move. But of course, Ash got him back later in the lap, in the previous lap.
We have Lighting saying in the chat that after Maggots are back at drivers who have very high tire temperatures. Yeah, that can also be a problem in your setup, Lighting. because I don't experience the problem so maybe you use a time trial setup or a qualifying setup.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Yeah, it looks like Cohen managing to stay ahead that lap of Ashtube. I hate this camera. It keeps going on the side pod camera, and it's really hard to follow what's happening. Branch is defending from Sozenpat into Brooklands, trying to stay with him on the outside, but no. Sozenpat just leans on the Ferrari into the dirt, and Branch loses another space there. So sometimes with cooperation you can make that outside line work, but people are wise to it, Storm, and like to run the guy on the outside right out onto the dirt.
Yeah.
Currently. Oh dear. Okay.
He doesn't pick up a lot of penalties he didn't pick up a lot of penalties in the past few races, but now after 8 laps maybe he's struggling with tires or something.
Right. Could be. Here we go. Fabio on Ashtube. So Ashtube hoping to maintain that position because he was fighting really hard with the Racing Point, and now he's defending from Fabio. Fabio showing good pace in the Renault at the moment. Yeah, it looks like I still can't see Jamie's grid order tightening up at all. Branch and Sozenpat continue to fight. Looks like Branch came off worse again, and here comes Bacon from 8th position. Now it's Bacon's turn to attack Branch. So Sozenpat proving a very difficult car to pass on the track for Branch. But here comes Fabio on Ash. Super close through Copse. Ash just closing off that cutback option. Wise to Cohen's line now. Yeah, looks like Fabio lost a little bit of grip in the middle of Beckett's, and here comes Sozenpat on the outside of the hanger straight. Who dares break latest? Coming here. Very aggressive sweep across the front wing there of Fabio from Sozenpat, but he made it work, and Fabio goes into the pit. Storm looking for the first pit stop. Yeah.
He's getting a big undercut, I think, on the rest of the field. But we will see where he comes out. He pitted when he was in 6th place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 6th, right behind Sozenpat.
Yeah.
So we'll see when Sozenpat pits.
Is it normally a lap 11, 12 when people take the softs?
No, yeah, most of the time, yeah, lap 11, 12.
Okay. Branch has got away from Bacon slightly and is now attacking Sozenpat for, I think, like the 20th time this race. So Branch just taking the apex aggressively, giving it the old nudge and pass from touring cars approach through Luffield. So makes that one work, but I'm not sure that strict contact rules would be adhered to there. That was aggressive and shows perhaps a little bit of impatience at this point. But yeah, there was definitely a nudge and a pass.
In the chat they're talking about Jamie. Yeah, that's still glitched. He isn't 3 laps down, I think.
Maybe he's giving the rest of the field a chance.
I hope for him. He just spun. Damien just spun.
Okay.
He's on 1 lap old hards. I'm not sure what's going on there.
So someone did take the hard Storm, as you say, just to prove you wrong.
Carrera fan also.
So it looks like Fabio currently P14. That's not going to be fun to come out in P14 trying to action an undercut here.
There's Military Shadow in front. But did Military Shadow change his front wing? Yes, he did.
Yeah. Yeah, so he will have lost quite a bit of time there. Cohen pitted from up the top of the field, so Cohen come out in 10th. Again, he's hoping to make that undercut work over Max, or at least gain some ground. But at the moment, Max, SFX and Ash Tube are your top 3. Branch pretty close behind again. And I wonder if these guys are going to pit now after the people in front take that lap 11. It's lap 10. Bacon and Bruno together again, 6th and 7th, Storm.
Yeah, they're doing great.
They really are. They really are. And not far behind the leaders either.
No.
Here comes Branch. Branch pits. So he's going to try and get an undercut on Ash. But the top 3 stay out.
Because Sozenpad also pit, so let's see if the undercut of Fabio did work.
Oh, and Max. Yeah, Max has pitted as well. So Ash is the last one to pit.
Yeah, he's going for an overcut. But Fabio got a 2-lap undercut. Both the guys.
Yeah.
But Fabio is in traffic, so he might got held up a bit. We will see right now as he crosses the finish line. He is passing Sozenpad. The undercut did work.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, yeah. So.
Oh, Branch lost it.
And not again.
Branch lost it. He got damage.
Oh,
yeah.
Branch, that's the second spin. Cold tyres coming out of the pits. Let's have a look.
Looks good.
Yeah. Looks like cold tyres again for Branch. Looks like we need a bit of practice getting those tyres up to temperature, or at least being patient with them. What a shame to see him drop down. Meanwhile, Bacon can see the target of Ash ahead of him, and we'll see where Ash comes out relative to the cars ahead. But as you were saying, Fabio has caught right up with Military Shadow and got the undercut on Sozenpad. The question now, of course, is can he keep these mediums alive to the end of the race? Ash has decided to pit, so we'll catch exactly where he comes out in a moment. Just coming into the pits right now, so we'll see where this brings him out.
I just want to say we have a Red Bull 1-2 now.
Well, take a picture, Storm. Take a picture. Frame it for your wall. Yeah. I don't think the race is going to end that way, but you can hold out hope.
Let's see where Ash is going to come.
Here comes Ash. Yeah. Looks like he's managed to stay ahead of Military Shadow, but he's dropped behind Cohen.
Yeah, I think he did good. Was he in front of Cohen before the pit stops?
He was pretty close to him. And of course, Max pitted from the lead, and he's having a great race so far. So really good work from Max. We've seen him have really strong speed much earlier in the season, but it's been a bit of a lull for him while he watched Dittle and Bacon share the wins. So I'm sure he'll be looking to try and reassert his authority in this race. Right now, the only ones left to pit are the ones who started on the mediums. Bacon, Bruno, Dudzy, currently running 7th, and Liakos down in 15th.
In the chat they are saying if you can turn on your map, the track map for a moment, so we can see a bit of the gaps that has formed.
Yeah, I'll leave it on for a few moments, but I don't like leaving it on permanently.
Yeah.
The tower on the left is really bad on the. Yeah, it looks like Jamie's glitching in and out in a big way. I saw a car just appear on the old start-finish straight and then disappear again. So yeah, not great for Jamie tonight in the Williams. Neither with his teammate Justin. Branch puts in the fastest lap. That's right. Carrera fan trying to make the hards work as well, Storm.
Yeah, we'll see. Right now he's in 16th. So
Absolutely. So yeah, you can see just how far ahead of Bruno Bacon currently is. Bacon's just coming out of Beckett's, and Bruno hasn't entered Maggots yet. So yeah, Bacon looking really, really strong. Then we've got that midfield battle that's super close down here, 8th, 9th, 10th. So Military Shadow on board with him, and you can see ahead of him Ashtube and Dudsy. Dudsy maybe starting to form a bit of a Dudsy train on those old mediums. Ash gets past, looks like Military Shadow is going to attempt a pass. Not sure. Dudsy can see that, that's really, really tight. Dudsy trying to hold on to track position, but does in the end lose it. So Dudsy down to 9th, hanging on to those tyres. I'm sure he won't make Fabio's job difficult, his teammate, but there's your top group. I think Ivan still hasn't pitted either, so he's running 5th. And
Bruno
Ash, Bruno, did he? Okay, so yeah. Bruno down to 14th. He lost a lot of places, considering we haven't had any safety cars yet.
Yeah, but we still 4 guys need to pit. Maybe 3 guys need to pit.
Yep.
In front of him. So that will be Dudsy and Ivan.
Okay.
So you will get the undercut on him. He was already in front, of course.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to do it on Bacon. We'll see how far Bacon goes. But 13, 14 laps on the soft. Is that sounds reasonable for Storm?
Yeah, there are only, what is it? Only 12 laps to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You can easily make the tires work till the end. Maybe the softs are going to drop off at the last 4 or 5 laps. But he will be on the fastest tire right now.
So we'll look at the gap to the leader, and we'll see where Bacon's likely to come out. Could be 28 to 30 second pit stop. So yeah, that could see Bacon come out in P11, P12 right now. We'll see if he can keep up the pace. Military Shadow just got past Fabio. Ash just up ahead as well. Gaps are evening out again, and Ivan pits. Bruno has already overtaken him down here in P12 now, Bruno. So he's got Branch ahead of him, and of course most of the rest of the cars on the grid will be on mediums, but it's time to push hard if you've just come out on softs and make up as many places as possible, because your delta is never as strong in terms of your speed delta as it is right now. Looks like Cohen and Max just exchanged places. Is that because Max pitted or had a problem? Bruno's gone from the session, Storm, looks like.
Oh no, I'll fight back right now.
So, swap round. Fabio gets an overtake done on Max, who comes in the pits. Max is only on 3 lap-old mediums. I didn't see if he got any damage, but that could only be an unscheduled pit stop. Storm pitting right now.
What tire was he? Yeah, 4 lap-old mediums, yeah. Not sure what happened to him.
Let's see if he changes the wing. No change to the front wing. Serving a penalty. Stop go. No, it was just a sort of 5 second. Yeah, the wing is being changed, so looks like he picked up a penalty there, sadly.
Not sure what happened to Bruno, but Bruno lagged out, but his AI just went into the pits and pitted for new softs. What?
So the shape of the race changes yet again, with Max having to make that pit stop. We didn't catch what happened on screen, but we'll try and find out afterwards what happened to Max. But yeah, looking like Lightning in the chat suggesting that Bacon at the moment looks to be coming out in the 7th position area, where the track is very, very busy. So we'll see how long Bacon runs this for. His gap hasn't dropped significantly to the cars behind. Let's see how's Bacon driving from the cockpit. He is being pretty careful, it looks like.
17 lap old mediums, so his soft will be really, really fast when he pits.
Yeah, he's losing tenths every corner at the moment to the 2nd place SFX. Jamie calling out that he thinks he's got fastest lap so far, so we'll have a check.
No, Branch managed with the fastest lap.
I thought that's what I saw pop up, so...
Yeah, Jamie, what happened to you? You're saying fastest lap, but you don't have the fastest lap. You were like you're 7 laps down on my screen, so...
Yeah. Is this the time that Bacon decides to pit? Yes, it is. So Bacon pits from the lead. Let's see, will he stay in the top 10, and what can he do after that point? There's lots of penalties ahead of him, but he's got 3 seconds, so he'll be hoping to close in on Military Shadow, who's got 6. Bacon makes the pit stop, and of course this is going to see the lead of the race change as well. Let's see where he comes out. SFX has gone past, so has Cohen. It sounded like Ashtube, followed by Shadow. There goes Fabio. And Bacon gets out of the pits in front of Dittlelick. So P6 Bacon managed to get out there. So still having a fantastic race. He can now push to the end and keep those tyres in good condition and hopefully action a couple more passes.
Yeah, he's gonna push really hard, and I'm positive about it that he will gain a few positions ahead. Fabio also got his first time penalty right now. So everybody has a penalty except for Sozampak and Bruno.
Bruno probably shouldn't at the moment if he's still driving with the AI. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, not sure what happened to him. He lagged out again, and his connection isn't working.
SFX, we've just lost SFX now, Storm, from the session. I know there was some comments earlier about his connection being a bit dodgy, so hopefully we can get him back.
I'll invite him back.
We don't want to see him lose the race as a result of that. But the AI cars are set to be a lot slower than our Division 2 drivers regularly run, so Cohen is catching really quickly here. I really hope we can get SFX back. Yeah, he's joined back. We'll watch on board with Cohen and see when SFX manages to take control of the car again. At the moment he's still glitching. Cohen closes right on him, gets past him on the Ghost. So he hasn't managed to get back into the cockpit just yet. But he has lost his position. I think he's now... No, he's not back in yet. On board with Ash in 3rd. Let's see at what point does SFX manage to wrestle control back of that steering wheel. Heartbreaking for him. He's still not here. We've seen him join the session, but he's still not in the car. About to lose 2nd place, I think, from Ash. Branch has picked up another warning, another penalty, as he overtakes Sozampak, I think, further down the field. Yeah, Ash gets 2nd place, so your current order is Cohen from Ash, from the Ghost of SFX, with Military Shadow in 4th and Fabio in 5th, Bacon in 6th place still, but closing just have a look at Fabio and Military Shadow here. And further down we've got Bacon getting closer and closer to the back of Fabio. Bacon on those soft tyres, nice and fresh, lots of grip for him.
SFX saying invite again.
Max currently has the fastest lap now, so I missed that coming through. But standout drive so far. Of course we've got to talk about Bacon, but Sozenpat, despite having some issues with connection and making a pass, getting a pass done, Sozenpat has gained 9 places so far tonight. Let's see what else he gets as Bacon passes that ghost. So Fabio in 4th, Bacon in 5th now. Bacon hoping to try and catch Fabio here. He's got really good grip, you can see it from the onboard shot there. So much easier to get into the apex. Let's see if he can make that pass work and head on up towards the podium. So in the battle for the championship, Bacon needs to stay ahead of Dittel, and that's where he is right now.
Yeah, Dittel's on 11 lap old medium, so he won't be a threat for Bacon.
Yeah.
This race.
As long as Bacon can keep it clean. Bacon's currently on 6 seconds of penalties though, so he's going to need to get past Fabio and then keep going. Fabio is usually a very clean driver with regard to track limits. I think he was the only driver in Canada to complete the race without penalty, but meanwhile Bacon gets the inside edge there. Coming out of Luffield, he'll try to go on the inside of Copse, but doesn't quite make it. Fabio sweeping past and keeps his momentum, didn't run too wide. He's going to keep Bacon behind, but surely it's only a matter of time. In this situation, Storm, are you better letting the guy on softs go and trying to stay with him and profit from his further overtakes? Here comes Bacon, tries to get the inside into Stowe, doesn't quite make it. I think they touched.
Yeah, if I was in Fabio's place, I would fight it really hard because Fabio knows that Bacon has 6 seconds of penalties, and Fabio only has 3 seconds of penalties, and there are 4 laps to go. So if he can keep Bacon behind for another lap or 2,
yeah,
he has a really big chance of getting that, of securing that fourth place.
Absolutely, okay.
So Fabio is not going to give that position away for free.
I hadn't quite stayed current with the fact that we're on lap 23. It's flown by again. We say goodbye to Jamie, sadly, from 9 laps down at this point. So, and also it looks like SFX has given up trying or has disconnected again. Max picks up another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I think he's just trying to get fastest lap, but it won't do him any good. There goes Liakos with fastest lap now. It won't do Max any good if he's down in 17th in terms of World Championship points.
Max retired from this session.
Well, he did it the right way, at least he went into the pits. Here comes Bacon, trying to get that inside line again. He didn't make it. He takes a big amount of apex dirt out of Stowe. Gets another penalty. So that has probably sealed Bacon's position, even if he gets past. Although, of course, it's never worth giving up because you never know what happens to the cars in front. Meanwhile, so your order here, I'm going to have a quick look at Branch because he's tight behind Dittel. Dittel fighting for the championship at the moment, still making life very difficult for Branch as he tries to make an overtake. Branch is going to get the inside line. Can Dittel hang on? He can. Just keeps the speed up on the outside of the corner. Down onto Wellington. wrestling between the two of them for the inside line into Brooklands. And yeah, Branch gets it. Little wiggle on the way in. So Dittle's going to try and get a cut back, but I think Branch is going to make this one stick. So Dittle down to 7th, while Bacon is still in 5th. So Branch gets that place back to P6. He was my pick. So sadly for Branch, I don't think it's going to be his day for a win.
Bacon has picked up another penalty, so he's at 9 seconds right now. So Fabio is pretty safe in that 4th position.
Yeah.
Military Shadow is also on 9 seconds penalties.
Yeah. Lightning calling out on the chat there that that Sozen Pat is in a net 6th with the penalties ahead of him. So driving clean hopefully will pay off for him. Military Shadow in 3rd is very close behind Ash here and making a feint to the inside, just trying to upset his balance. It's really close at the top of the podium here.
Yeah, definitely, and Fabio is going to prove really hard. He has to stay within that 6-second gap of Military Shadow because of penalties, and he is 5.6 seconds behind Military Shadow right now. And there is 1.5 lap to go. So maybe we're going to see Fabio on the podium.
Yeah, I wonder if these tyres are starting to fade off for our medium runners. Yeah. Because suddenly, really suddenly, it's closed up at the front. Here comes Military Shadow, goes to the inside. I think he's going to get this done under DRS on the way into Stowe. Yeah, great move from Military Shadow. He gets up into 6th, so he's going to try and gap Fabio now. Just needs to stay with Cohen and just drift away from Ash behind. But yeah, you're right. I think Fabio could well have this 3rd place.
It will be very close. Only the let's see, S-Tube. Military Shadow passed S-Tube now, so I think that will secure Military Shadow his podium.
Yeah, yeah. Although no, Ash-Tube has got less penalties than Military Shadow, so it's really going to shake out very differently. Cohen.
Oh, Cohen is fine because he's in 6th.
He's fine as long as he doesn't do it again.
Yeah, true.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, the penalties adding up right at the end of the race when the tyres are dying off. Meanwhile, we'll watch with Cohen and see if he can hang on. He goes through Maggots and Beckett's for the last time. Steady drive from Cohen, showing some speed when it mattered. Very plain green helmet for Cohen tonight. So not wasting any effort on making pretty helmets, but here comes Cohen coming down the final little straight into Vale.
Sozenpad also with a penalty on the last lap, so nobody kept it clean.
Looks like Cohen's going to take the lead. Cohen takes the win. Ash-Tube gets 2nd place from Military Shadow, dropping down on penalties. Bacon comes through and takes 4th, is quickly replaced by Fabio in 4th, so Bacon gets 5th place. Branch, a recovery drive after those 2 spins, I think, gets 6th on the road, down to 7th. Sozenpat overtakes all of them, and he manages to get that 6th place from Dittlewick in 7th, Branch in 8th, SFX, the ghost of SFX possibly still in 9th, Dan Crowley in 10th, Senna gets 11th place. Justin in the Williams just coming to finish up the lap, gets nerfed by Dudsey. It looks like we just had an incident on the very last lap between those two. So Ivan gets 13th. Justin rejoins ahead of Dudsey and takes the place. Dudsey overtakes him back on penalties. Well, that was pretty difficult to follow, but Military Shadow gets that 3rd place with a little bit of damage and a change front wing. And your driver of the day is Sozenpat. all those places
Yeah,
made up.
very good drive. Military Chero did very well with the damage, of course. In what was that, lap 1?
Max takes the W for Racing Point for India. And followed by Military Shadow there in third, and Ashtube in second. Here's your final race order then. We have Cohen from Ash and Military Shadow on the podium we just saw there. Fabio, great drive, but just got a penalty towards the end there and came in fourth. Then we have Bacon in fifth. Probably going to keep the championship lead, I think, at this point. Sozenpat, amazing drive from 18th on the grid. Penalty free until the very last lap, but still managed to get that 6th place. Dittel finished where he started in 7th. Branch in 8th place. SFX in 9th after some bad connection problems. Then Carrera Fan rounds out the top 10. Then we have Dan Crowley in 11th. Senna from 12th. Ivan made up 6 places to 13th place. Dudsey in 14th. Justin in 15th. Again, started where he finished, or the other way around. Liakos in 16th, dropped down a few places. Bruno in 17th. Liakos got the fastest lap in the end there. Max got 18th place. Jamie in 19th. And Sonic Gamer in 20th. An early retiree. So, yeah, guest driving from Ivan. Good stuff. Managed to gain those 6 places. I didn't see him have any particular problems with penalties, so nice guest driving from him. And yeah, we saw Senna as well. So while I rattle on here, Storm's going to try and sort us out with some interviews. We'll see where it finds us. Just following along the chat a little bit here. Just seeing where everybody came.
Justin told me that he was ready for an interview.
Okay.
Let's see if also someone from the podium is interested in a short interview.
Yeah, we saw that incident right at the end there. Dudsey on the chat is saying he spun in the last corner there with Justin, so some desperate manoeuvres right at the end. So yeah, apparently some incident with Branch and Sozenpat that we didn't catch, but that would have been Branch's second major incident on the race. Completely safety car free. We had one virtual safety car for about a lap, I think, but a safety car free race for us, rain-free race. So quite unusual here in Great Britain. Drives me crazy, Storm, when people start chatting in the main paddock or in some other part of the server, and I can't track 3 or 4 server areas at once.
Yeah, I'm looking at the main paddock right now, but
yeah, try and keep Division 2 race chat in the Division 2 paddock would be really useful.
Yeah, that's right. Cohen had to go, so he can't go for an interview.
That's a shame. Okay, but good to hear from our winner, and hopefully he can give us a couple of lines on message and let us know his race. But great race from him, coming in first place. So interesting, low deg drive from everybody. Most everyone making that that one stop, medium to soft or soft to medium work. I think it was only people with significant incidents on the first couple of laps who attempted to use the hards. I know we saw.
Yeah, and the hards didn't work out.
No.
It looks like no one besides Justin wants to do an interview. I will just add Justin and we'll see what he has to say.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, it'd be good to speak to Ash as well. Sozen Pat would be really interesting after his driver of the day as well. Let us know in the chat if you're really keen to have a chat with us. Looks like we're going to welcome Justin to the chat. Just make sure, Justin, before you get going, that your audio settings are set to share.
It should be good right now, so...
Well, hi, welcome to the press conference. I haven't talked to you before. How did the race go for you today?
It wasn't quite a good race and a bad race.
Right.
To be fair, because I had to do 2 pit stops because at the beginning there was Alfa Romeo that kind of brake tested me. So I had a yellow wing. So I had to pit, but luckily there was a virtual safety car, so didn't lose that much time there.
Okay.
But
okay.
I think from then I was in P18, so I went from mediums to softs. Then I had to pit in around lap 12 because I saw I was 2 seconds slower.
Yep.
So then I got to the mediums, and then I was in P15, and then then I had Ivan in front of me in the McLaren, about 5 seconds. So I got to him, and then I overtook him with DRS on after Magnussen Beckett.
Yep.
And but there was a racing point of I'm not sure what his name is, but
Max, I think.
Was it Max? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Max. It was Max. So it was. I didn't know he was also overtaking Ivan because he also had DRS.
Okay.
So he was on my right side, and you got like that fast corner before the pit entry.
Yep.
So he was on my inside, so I saw he was there close to me, so I already prepared a bit, so I gave him some room.
Sure.
But then I think he miscalculated his braking, so then he just bumped with his left front wing into my wheel. Yeah. I didn't spin luckily, but he did. So
yeah, it's always heart in the mouth moment. You put yourself on the outside of somebody. You trust that they're not going to have a brake issue for sure. Yeah. And then something happened right on the very last.
Yeah. So I was with Dubsy in the Renault.
Yep.
Dubsy, if I'm right, and I was fully sending it because, of course, I wanted that P13. But then I think he braked a bit too late. Then and then I wanted to turn into him, but he was like 5/10 off. So
right.
I was thinking like, well, he's not gonna get me. But
so
then,
from your perspective, felt like a bit of a dive bomb at the end there.
Yeah, I think so, and because I made the corner, I wasn't expecting him to overtake me there, so I didn't give him any room.
Sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't prepared for it. But then he was on my inside, and then we both spun.
Indeed. We caught you. I was trying to track everybody as they were finishing, and then all we saw was you spinning off into the dirt. I think you still finished ahead of him, but
but Ivan in his McLaren.
Yeah.
He started ahead. So he finished ahead of me in P13, so that was a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it sounds like really eventful. We'd love to see any clips you've taken in the incident reports or in the showroom.
Yeah.
Particularly that journey 3 wide into Stowe sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
Shame we missed that on the main stream. But yeah, good to see you as part of the Celeritas driver lineup. Will you be
Yeah.
joining us more in future, or possibly we've got a special event coming on Tuesday. It'd be good to see
Um,
drivers.
yeah, maybe I don't have any, if I don't have any tests this week.
Sure.
So I will see.
Well, yeah,
It
good
was fun.
to have you with
So
us. Well, I'm glad you had
yeah,
fun, and it was good to see you driving. Well done on the race today, and bad luck with those incidents. Sounds like a tough day. I hope your mechanics can sort the car out afterwards.
yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man. Talk to you later. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
I saw you collecting drivers, Storm. Who do we have next?
We have Carrera Fan as the last we can speak
Okay,
to.
great stuff. Carrera fan, are you with us?
Hello.
Hello. How was your race today? How did you feel?
Not a great race. I had an unfortunate first lap going to the second corner, or technically it's the second corner, and I had to go wide onto the grass because AlphaTauri kind of had a late turn, so try to avoid contact, and then down into corner 3 there was a bit of a crash. I tried to brake as much as I could, but yeah, and then later on, well, actually after the race, saw some interesting stuff in the comments section. So, I'm gonna hopefully have a chat with Jamie, because he claims some stuff. However, I saw he went off into turn 6 into Brooklands, and yeah, but he was actually ghosting on my screen, so that's why I could have just gone through him. However, he just completely went off, and I have the footage, so it'll be clear that yeah. So yeah, it's just not sure it's a nice way to end the race, but yeah, I luckily managed to get into P10 with some really old hards. So
yeah. What made you go for those hards? Just that first lap incident, you thought?
I actually had some light damage on the left. It actually wasn't because of that, so I decided to carry on going for it, and then change the wing when my pit stop was scheduled to be. And
yeah.
But unfortunately, on lap 4, again going into Brooklands, one of the, I think it was the Alfa Romeo, took the inside line. I took the outside, and I turned in, but he didn't turn in. So we had contact, and then I had a really severe damage, so I had to pit. And the thing is, I made the decision to go on the hards because I didn't feel like a soft and then a medium, a 2-stop would work. I just lose too many positions and wouldn't gain the time, so I just had to take the risk on going to the hards.
Yeah. How did quali go for you today? Were you feeling like you got a good lap in?
Not really. For some reason today the rears were really, really bad. I couldn't. Turn 1, turn 2, I was fighting the car so much, like I've never done before. And I felt I could have gone maybe top 10 in quali, maybe 10th or 9th, but because of fighting the rear so much, it was uncontrollable, and it was the same for the race. And yeah, I did actually almost lose it into, I think it was corner 10. I managed to control and not have damage, but it was really difficult.
It's not the first time when we've raced in Silverstone. It's not the first time we've seen drivers be surprised by the track grip level and their setup suddenly not work. I wonder if there's a strong variance with track temperature or something that's catching people out.
Yeah, I did a few setup runs a few days ago, and same conditions. It was absolutely fine. And a lot faster lap, but then obviously today it was just uncontrollable, and of course then I had to go on the hards because soft medium again wouldn't work. So the hards obviously least amount of grip, and that was, yeah, I'm surprised I actually didn't spin and have damage again. I almost spun. Well, I did a half spin, but I controlled it, and then
it sounds like you've coped incredibly well to get a point out of today's race, despite all the difficulties. So try and take the positive view. I think you drove very well and controlled while other people lost their heads around you.
Yeah, it was tough because it was halfway through the lap where I had that major damage with
Yep.
contact from the Alpha, and so limping home, Maggots and Beckett's was it's really difficult when you have damage, and so just limping home and everyone's so far ahead. Of course, then taking the pit stop, and as well, actually, it was Jamie as well who was in the pits, and he was glitching so much that obviously it was on pit limiter, and it was revving up and down because it was getting confused with the car ahead because he was ghosting, so that
Wow.
as well slowed me down a bit. So, but it
Yeah.
was tough to come back from that, but. No matter what the situation is, I'm not really gonna ever retire unless obviously I crash.
No, I
but
don't. It's
I'm not
never
gonna
worth
retire
retiring.
because,
It's always worth sticking out there, isn't it?
yeah, you never know. There might be a safety car, and it might be your chance again. So yeah, you just get it to the end and see what you can do.
Well, congrats on the point in the championship and recovering a reasonable result from a really tricky race. How are you feeling about our next race next week?
I'm not. I actually don't even know what track we're racing at next week.
It's Japan. We're going to
think
Suzuka
it's-
next race.
All right. Yeah, I think. Well, normally I'm quite good at it. I like the first sector as well. When you mess it up,
Yeah.
though, it can be really costly. But when you get it right, it's really, really good, and it's going to be an interesting one as well. Maybe rain and yeah. But my only worry is if the setup and the rears completely go like it was today. That's really, really bad because obviously the first sector there's so many lefts, right, fast corners, and if the rears go, then you're pretty much in a pickle. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well done. Well done on the race, and yeah. Good luck in Japan next time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot, man. Talk to you again.
Thanks.
I know you said that was the last one, Storm, but did Dudsy join?
Yeah, I did join, if you can hear me.
I can hear you, Dudsy. I can. I'll just check with the people on left on the chat. They're usually the best ones at telling me whether anyone else can be heard. So, looked like that was a tough race for you today.
No, I mean, I'm not too fussed about where I finished because I know I'm not the fastest driver on the grid, so I was quite happy on my quali because I think my PB on time trial is like 0.7 or something, and I got 25.9, so I was quite happy with that.
Yeah.
First lap was chaos though. I don't know what happened in front, but it all just bunched back into the back end of the grid.
Yeah.
So everyone just completely stopped, and yeah, I got a yellow wing from like lap 1. Which I had until my first pit, so it's a bit annoying because I couldn't really catch Ivan. I was with Ivan for most of the race and I couldn't catch him, and then when the front runners pitted and they started coming back through, they like broke up our fight a little bit, and then obviously in the pits I had front wing change. I was about 10 seconds behind Ivan when it came out, and I managed to hunt that down at the end, so I was quite happy. But then yeah, there's a couple of incidents at the end. It's quite funny. Cheese Max was like flying. He got through, and then he was against Ivan and who was the other guy in front? Justin. And he just tried to send it between the two of them in like the corner before the pits, and he just flew off onto the side. So I was like, yeah, I kind of got to wait. But then I got past Ivan, and then I was trying to catch Justin. I was faster than him, but there was a ghost car. I think it was Bruno. On the last lap, and so Justin got DRS because of it. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
So I think I would have passed him on the DRS, but then yeah, last corner.
Talking of sending it, what about that last corner?
So I seen on the side he had 6 seconds and I only had 3 seconds, so I didn't need to take him. But when I started braking, he seemed to like put a lot of brake on, and I just couldn't slow down. I tried to avoid it and then just basically hit him.
One of those,
so I think he was just trying to take it easy into the last corner, and I just wasn't expecting him to take it so easy. So yeah, I mean, obviously I hit him, and we both spun and we both lost a place because of it. But I over 14 for 15.
We were just talking to him. Obviously he was guest driving, so not the best way to end the race for him. But yeah, he didn't expect. Let's say. So
Yeah, no, it's one of them. I wasn't trying to send it, and just it's one of them when they break and you try and avoid, and then you just end up in a nightmare. So yeah.
And how did the leg hold up through the race?
The what? Sorry.
How did your bad
the
leg
leg.
hold up?
No, it's alright. So I had an operation about 5 weeks ago, so I wasn't able to race for like 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm back to it now. Just get a bit tired really, but it's alright to be honest. I can just press down on the throttle, so that's all you need. Yeah.
So look out the rest of the field when you don't have a huge brace on.
Yeah, I'm just hoping to get practice through this series. So I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's good fun.
Oh, okay. And full-time driver, perhaps.
Say that again, sorry.
Are you hoping to join us as a season driver next?
Yeah, so I'm in Division 3, so I'm happy with that. I'm just looking to get practice in the races, really. Just getting more consistent on some of the tracks that I'm not as good at, so yeah.
Good stuff. I know you're a steward for Division 1, but just to reassure everybody that while you are a steward, you're not of the division you're driving in.
No. I think I might have to investigate myself for the last corner, maybe. But yeah.
Drive as the steward says, not as the steward does. I think is the the moral of the story.
That's the thing. I was driving, thinking I can't send it because then everyone's like, "Well, how can he be a steward if he's like flashing everyone off the track?"
It's like Homer Simpson becoming the safety inspector of the plant.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, good to talk to you. I hope your leg isn't suffering too badly, and
that's right, man.
Good luck in Division 3.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot. Cheers,
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Are we nearing the end, Storm?
Sorry, what did you say?
Are we nearing the end?
Yeah, we are. So that was it for today.
Okay, good stuff. I saw SFX suddenly pop up and back out again of the party. I don't know if he's joined us or not, but if he does, that'll show up. I think there's a lot of reading to do in the main paddock. I've just noticed, so
yeah,
I won't try and do that while we're on stream. But yeah, it was a fun race. Any sort of standouts for you? I think I completely butchered the podium ceremony because I think I called Max as the winner. Because it was a Racing Point and an Asian driver. And that's exactly the same. It was exactly the same character that Max used, and I've seen on the podium before. So I just completely screwed that one up.
No, it's okay. It was Go, and he did a very good job.
Definitely.
I didn't expect him to win this race at all. He came out of nowhere. So yeah, very good drive from him, and he picked up some good points. He was a bit down in the standings, but he will be closing in right now.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think a good showing from most of our guest drivers today.
Yeah, definitely. Ditsy did well, and it was in general a good drive.
Yeah.
Not many incidents. From what I've seen.
Yeah,
so,
we'll see over the next 24 hours how many incidents get reported. But yeah, because every driver's got a tale of something else happening when we talk to them.
Yeah, true. Looking forward to Suzuka. It will be an interesting race. It's very difficult circuit.
Yeah, not many passes probably, but a lot of safety cars usually in Suzuka. When you get it wrong, you get it really wrong at Suzuka.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, you looking forward to tomorrow night?
I won't be racing tomorrow. A reserve.
Oh wow!
Will take my seat. That's like the first race I miss in this league.
That's a shame. Yeah.
Let's have a look. I think Shea will drive in the Red Bull. So hopefully he can. Hopefully he can do better than me in the past few races, but that won't be too difficult because I DNF'd.
You've had a couple of really problematic races, so it's not doing your championship hopes any good. Do you think you're going to be able to stay in Division 1, Storm?
Hopefully, I have to fight for it.
Yeah.
I have to fight for it to not get demoted in my own league.
I don't know what Dawidek will make of that if that happens.
Yeah, maybe he will kick me out of Division 1, and he will be happy to do. He will be happy with that.
Yeah, well, good
No,
stuff. It
we'll
was
see.
good spending the evening with you. It was good spending the evening with everybody on the stream. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us all the way to the end. We will look forward to tomorrow night, same time for Division 1, and we'll see if we get the same kind of weather back in Silverstone for tomorrow. A good evening. Thanks for spending it with us, and we will catch you on the next race day.
Thank you all.